Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Keaton. You're watching Come On The Hoops Celtic. If this is your first time coming across the channel, if you could press the subscribe button below, a thumbs up or a comment below would be appreciated. Before we go into the topic, I just want to talk about a legend, an absolute hero for the club, Billy McNeill. It's his birthday today. Sadly, Billy passed away almost 3 years ago of dementia. Now, I've done a quite emotional video back then on the day when he passed away, so do look at that on the channel. But what a man. 790 appearances for Celtic. He was the captain of the iconic Lisbon Lions that lifted that trophy against Inter Milan in Lisbon. The man that captained Celtic to 5 trophies in 1967. You know, one iconic man. Played centre back for Celtic. You know, over 20 honours for the club. So do never forget the iconic man, Billy McNeill, Caesar. If you've never got to Celtic Park and you just get to eventually go up to the statue, it's on Celtic Way. It's too hard. It's not hard to miss. I mean, I've got a couple of pictures with it. I've done a video about it as well, but just thought I'd do a lovely tribute. Just remember that man, and it's sadly it's going to be coming up to his anniversary soon, and Chalmers' anniversary soon. But that's what happens with dementia in football. It's affected so much of the team. You know, we look at recently we lost obviously Bertie Auld to dementia as well. But let's kick it off. I'm going to change the topic. I'm going to talk about Celtic are going to play 2 games down under in Sydney. We're going to be playing against Sydney FC and against the Rangers, the Sefco, the Zombies. I hope they're getting a GoFundMe page to get the flight money sorted to go down there, because look, there's no such thing as a friendly game between Celtic and Rangers. There's no such thing as the Old Firm, but it's going to be a strange one. It's going to be the first ever international Glasgow derby. I'm delighted for the Australian Celtic fans, for the Irish that are down in Australia, the Scottish down in Australia, and other nationalities that live in Australia that support Celtic. I think some Scottish and Irish fans that live up here on this side of the world are being very harsh towards this fixture. Very harsh towards Celtic going out to Australia to play 2 games during a domestic break. It's not during Champions League qualifiers. It's not during the middle of the season where we have game upon game 2 or 3 days later. It's an extended break because the Qatar World Cup's on. So calm it down there. Stop stressing about it. Look, it's a good bit. I think it's a plus for Celtic at the end of the day. It's obviously going to attract younger fan base to start supporting Celtic. You know, it's going to open up more avenues for the Asian market as well for us to promote the club. It's Ange's first time back in Australia in 3 years. Obviously, he was coaching in Yokohama. You know, I was one of these people that came onto this channel, and I still had the video up, and it haunts me to this day. I criticised Ange Postecoglou when he got the job. Didn't have a clue who he was. He was an unknown name to me. You know, I just knew he was the former Australian manager, but I never knew what he'd done with the likes of Brisbane, what he'd done with Melbourne, what he'd done with Yokohama. I absolutely slate the guy, and I regret every word. And there was Australian Celtic fans came onto the channel and said you're going to be eating your words up, and you're correct. And I take back that, and I love the man. But the most important thing about this video is Ange should be managing Celtic next season. We're all being talking about contract renewals and extended contracts and rolling contracts, and it looks like Ange and Celtic have a long-term vision. And obviously he's had to bringing in these players from Japan, and you can see it all come together. If Celtic were to renew his contract at the end of the season, there'd be chaos outside the club. But look he's staying, and it's a long-term vision with Ange. His family are settled in Australia, in Scotland. I'm going to say Australia, in Scotland. So they seem pretty happy. His kids are happy. His wife's happy. He's loving life. You know, he said great things about the Scottish people. His rapport with the fans, the way he presents himself in the media, we're all loving it. It's 2 fixtures that we should look forward to. 16th of November we play the Sydney FC, and then we'll play Rangers. It's a 4-team competition. We're not playing the other team. They're from Western Sydney. I'm excited, and never know. We'll try to get myself down to Australia for it. But it's 2 pre-season friendlies. There'll obviously be players that will be going to the World Cup, and the players that won't be going to the World Cup. But the crop of players that go down there, they'll enjoy it. You know, they'll probably do some soccer skills, as they like to call it down in Australia, football skills with younger folk to get used to it, and probably meet a couple of Celtic supporters clubs as well. It's a rapport that Ange needs with the Celtic supporters in Australia as well. As I said in the channel as well, the Australian media have been paying close attention to Ange. They've done a couple of interviews with Ange since he took the job, and I'm delighted, and we're seeing more people paying attention to Celtic, and they're getting up mad hours to watch Celtic, or they're going to bed, they're prioritising their life around Celtic, which most Celtic fans do down in Australia anyway. So look, I'm delighted for you. You get to go and see the hoops if you can, and I think people up here on the other side of the world need to be stopped moaning about it. It's only 2 pre-seasons. It's not going to affect our league momentum. It's not going to affect our European performances. So calm down. It's a winner for us. So subscribe to the channel. As I said, the only thing I don't like about it is the thoughts that Celtic and Rangers could be sharing the same plane, or two planes down to Australia, whatever way they take. So let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you all soon. Hell.